This video is for Monday. We'll be covering questions 16 and 17 of our revision exercise number 2. Questions circled in red are for you to attempt by yourself. In this video, I will go through 16b, 17a, and 17d. Here we are told to solve equations. Whether it is in question 16 or in question 17, you realize that we all have powers of 2. We have an x squared term in all of them. So when you are supposed to solve equations with a power 2, we have a formula that we can use. And the formula looks like this. X equals to, okay, I'll put it on this side. X equals to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac over 2a. But there is a catch. You need to know the values of b, a, and c, and again a over here. It is not difficult to find out these values, as long as your original equation has the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0. It must be equal to 0. Okay, so we'll use part B as an example. Here we have the value of a, b, and c. It is good practice to write them down. A is 1, b is 3, and c is 2. Check that the right hand side is equal to 0. Okay, good. Based on this, we know that x is going to be given by this formula. I see a minus sign. Put down the minus sign. I see the letter b. Well, b over here is equal to 3. So minus 3. I put brackets over here because sometimes b is negative. Okay, so let us move on. Next, there is a plus minus, which means we have an option of using plus or minus. Then the square root of b squared. Whatever b is, in this case it is a 3, we square it. And again I put the brackets because sometimes b is negative. Copy down the next line. The next part is a minus sign. Minus 4 times of a, which is 1, and c, which is 2. All this is over 2 times of a. A is equal to 1. Use your calculator to help you. 9 minus 8, which is 1 over 2. So I have two answers. By the way, square root of 1 is just 1. So I have minus 3 plus 1 over 2. The other answer is minus 3 minus 1 over 2. On the left hand side, using your calculator, answer is negative 1. On the right hand side, the answer is negative 2. So please try 16a. The next question, 17. This is what I'll be doing with you. Since I see a power 2 in the x, I know I should use my formula. Again, there is a catch. I need to know the values of a, b, and c. I can only find the values of a, b, c if the right hand side is equal to 0. So look carefully. Is the right hand side equal to 0? No, it is 6. I need to make it 0. How do I make a 6 become a 0? By subtracting both sides with 6. So now we end up with x squared plus 2x minus 6 on the right hand side. After I take away 6, is equal to 0. Now I have it in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals to 0, where a is equal to 1, b is 2, c is negative 6. Continue with your substitution. Write down x equals to, it is important that you write this down, x equals to minus b plus minus square root b square minus 4ac over 2a. Continue. Negative 2 plus minus, use your calculator to help you, 4 plus 24, which is square root of 28 divided by 2. Since there is no space, I will continue on the right side. There are two possibilities, minus 2 plus square root 28 over 2, or minus 2 minus root 28 over 2. Using our calculator, our first answer is 1.6458. This is to 5SF. The other answer is negative 3.6458. If the answer is not exact, we need to by default leave it in 3SF, 3 significant figures. So the first one will be 1.65. The other answer is negative 3.65. These are our two answers. The final question I'm showing you is part D. Again, I see squares. I see x squares, which means I should use my formula. But the right hand side is not equal to 0. I need to make it equal to 0. So I do so by subtracting x squared. If I subtract x squared, the right hand side will be just 2. Okay, so let's do that step first. 2x squared plus 2x plus 3 minus x squared. This is 2. Now it's getting closer to 0, but it is not 0 yet. I still have one more step. I should minus 2. So 2x squared minus x squared, I'm left with x squared, plus, I'm going to skip one step. Here we currently have 2x. Just copy it down first. Now we have a plus 3. Plus 3 minus 2 is plus 1. And the right hand side, 0. Now I have my a equals to 1, b is 2, c is 1. X minus b square minus 4, 1, 1 over 2 times of 1 minus 2 plus minus 4 minus 4, that's 0. I'm happy to see that. So we have plus minus square root 0. Square root of 0 is just 0. In this case, instead of the usual 2 answers, we are going to have one answer only. I'll show you why. First, it is negative 2 plus 0 over 2, negative 2 minus 0 over 2. And you realize that both of them have the same answer of negative 1. So please complete this. Question 16, 17. You will have to do the circled questions by yourself. In other words, 16a, 17b, and 17c. So take a picture of this entire page with your self-marking and corrections. It is due on Monday, 10 p.m.